Alright. So, before we look at the intro and the campaign, of course, let's take a look at the new units. Now, technically, this is not everyone, because there's 2 new Legendary Lords for the Khorne faction. Arbol and the Skulltaker. We're taking a look at the Skulltaker first. We'll take a look at Arbol in the next video. But since this is focused on Skulltaker, I figured let's go ahead and look at those. I'm also including a legendary hero that was added recently over the past several months, but we never actually... I haven't done a video on. So I want to go ahead and include him in here. Alright, now that everyone's lined up, let's start off with, of course, the big man himself, the Skulltaker. Unyielding assault. So great is Skulltaker's hate, where it supposes that his melee attack cannot be reduced in battle. And he is a duelist. That's him on top of his beloved hound there. We'll talk about that cloak when we get to his campaign and his mechanics. This is a legendary hero that was added recently called Khorne. And this is the beloved hound of Khorne himself. Khorne is such a good boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're such a good boy. But yeah, he's a really strong, effective legendary hero, which you can get in-game after you do a quest at some point. And yeah, he's pretty strong. He's pretty great. He's just such a good boy. This is Scar Bloodwrath. I'm pretty sure for a while he may have been a lord for a separate, like, non-playable Khorne faction. But I guess he's now a legendary hero unit. This is also a legendary hero unit. Or is he just a monster? But I think he's a hero unit. He might be. Skyla and Fingrim? Kill for Khorne! That's it, just kill for Khorne. Oh my gosh. And then we've got Blood Beasts of Khorne. Yep, these guys can be pretty awesome. And then this is the one I was excited about, the Slaughter Brute. Look at this thing! Oh, yeah. Oh, don't you just want to watch this thing just go into an army and just shred it to pieces and just send everyone flying with its, like, big crushing arms there? Oh, man. Oh, that's going to be fun to watch. Runes of Binding. If the Lord on the battlefield is routing, has routed, or has been killed, this unit will then lose the benefits of Rune of Binding and immediately rampage. This is the Skull Cannon, but is known as the Hellforged Bellowers. It's the Regiment of Renown version of the Skull Cannon. This thing can be fun to watch, because it can be like a motorcycle just shredding enemies nearby. This is pretty cool. We've got the Cornagors. They've been kind of gradually including like other like Beastmen versions based on each of the different Chaos Gods in the game. We had those with both Tzeentch and Nurgle, and now we have that with Khorne. I fully expect we will see that with Slaanesh in the future DLC they have for it. These are the Skull Reapers. I love that some of them just have some of their face like missing and you just see their skull there in its place. It's just lovely, isn't it? It just... Oh, gross. We've got the Wrathmongers. These things can go in and just start swinging those weapons around and it can just get nasty. Whew. Just nasty. And the Regiments of Renown version, the Bloodwick Berserkers. And then we have the, at least I don't recall seeing these guys before, the Regiments of Renown version of Chosen of Khorne, Halberds, the Slaughter Guard. And yeah, these things with their flaming halberds there, yeah, they look pretty mean. I am very looking forward to playing with the new stuff involving Khorne. Khorne has always been one of my favorite factions to play in this game. I have played Skarbrand numerous times in this game. It's a very fun faction to play, and Skarbrand was also very fun himself, mainly because at times you would just watch him just go into an army and he would just tear them to pieces.
As I hold blood for the blood.
Now, looks like Skarbrand did get a couple of changes, but I'll go over that in a separate video. For now,
my purpose is carnage.
that was a pretty lengthy intro video there for Skulltaker. Just him walking up, just straight up cutting the guy's head off to claim his skull, and then looking at the guy just walks up like, oh, I wonder how it's going down there. Oh. And he just looks at him like, you want to join him? Come on down. Oh, man. Yeah, Skulltaker is, woof. Deep within the jungles of Lustria, it's easy for me to say, the mighty demon Skulltaker stalks the land, reaping the skulls of natives and invaders with equal relish. May as well just be called the Skulltaker, like the Butcher, right? And he, as you can see, starts off over here in the northern part of Lustria, so that'll be interesting for him, starting off over there. The Skulltaker is the Blood God's immortal champion, the greatest of all Khorne's chosen bloodletters. When not campaigning with his master's armies, Skulltaker roams the realm of chaos at will atop his mighty juggernaut, Kol Tiran, which is what you saw him on earlier. He appears before fortresses and strongholds, drawn by tales of martial prowess and rumor of mighty combatants who might offer some small challenge. When a foe foolish and foolhardy enough emerges, Skulltaker dismounts from his loyal steed, salutes the enemy with an upturned blade, and charges forward to claim another skull in the Blood God's name. Only once did he suffer defeat, at the hands of Sigmar. He still bears the scar he earned that day, and takes great pleasure in repaying the debt upon Sigmar's inheritors at every given opportunity. That's a bit of interesting lore there. He actually fought Sigmar and lost. So, of course, he starts off with Bloodletters and Exalted Bloodletters, Blood Crushers, Blood Beasts, and a Blood Shrine. Has access to the Cloak of Skulls, allowing the Skulltaker to empower his faction by defeating powerful lords. Hero capacity +2 for Blood Reapers. The demons are reforged, 10% chance for destroyed Bloodletters to be restored after battle for all armies, and minus 15% upkeep for Bloodletters of Khorne and Exalted Bloodletters of Khorne units. 10% more campaign movement range, 100% more campaign line of sight, passive ability Frenzy for Bloodletter and Exalted Bloodletters, and Bloody Onslaught, which reduces melee defense and armor for enemies in range. Yeah.
This world has many champions. But to be the greatest of all, one must forge their legacy in the fires of chaos. Many worthy heroes have fallen before him. Their skulls, trophies, woven into the fabric of his cape, each bestowing him with the power of a champion's essence. For he is Skulltaker, champion of champions, collector of souls. His destiny beckons. Blood for the Blood God.
The skulls of vanquished champions adorn my vestments, and cede their strength to me.
Skulltaker's only concern is to kill worthy lords in battle to harvest their champion's essence, which he siphons into the Cloak of Skulls to augment his power and abilities. And then, of course, basically the same. With the reached essence of beheaded foes, empower the Cloak of Skulls and bring forth the world's destruction to achieve campaign victory in the Blood God's name. Not a single skull is left untaken, a portion of every enemy's strength imbibed, yet it is those of mighty champions that are cherished for the true power that they bring. So, let's see. Here, so that's the skull. So the skull throne mechanic has changed. So it used to be there was just a button here that you would just give a portion of skulls to the skull throne, and then you would get a buff. Usually it was for, like, when it came to Scarbrand, it was you got campaign movement range after you raised a settlement. You know, stuff like that. So that has changed. The Skull Throne allows you to spend skulls to gain powerful bonuses by performing special rituals. Selecting a ritual immediately spends the required skulls and activates its bonuses as long as the cost can be afforded and a cooldown period has elapsed. The total number of skulls that are spent on the Skull Throne is tracked on bar in the left-hand side of the panel. As the total number of skulls spent on the Skull Throne increases, higher tiers of rituals become available, as indicated on the bar. Rituals can be used repeatedly. Okay. So once you do that, then you unlock the high tiers. Okay, so Dissipation's Domain. Trees as hollow as they are tall, rocks that crumble to the touch, old blood on the wind, fresh blood in the water, hints of Khorne's domain. Khorne corruption and chance to automatically colonize colonies in your provinces at turn start. Okay, so that used to be part of the tech tree. Looks like that's been moved over here. But that is a limited duration. That's only 5 turns. I wonder if that can stack, though, with the one you get in the tech tree. In fact, okay, so that's right. We have a new tech tree. I gotta remember, things have changed. Unlike some of the other factions, like the Ogres, I've played Khorne a lot. So I was curious about this. Okay, so this is the new tech tree for Khorne. This is pillars. This focuses on, of course, your economy. And then we have armaments, which is all about your army as well here. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Income. There it is. Spread Rage. That's the one you always got right here. To colonize ruins in your provinces at turn start. There we go. So that can be used. We have also income from post-battle loot. Summoned from beyond. Summon a unit of bloodletters. Yep. Next blood host summoned will have 2 additional units. Growth and control. Passive ability, Hungering Blades. Recruitment rank and global recruitment duration. Instantly replenishes faction leader's army movement range. Okay. Instantly replenishes your faction leader's army. That's also really good. See, I don't think this is that great for what it's supposed to be. Like, instantly summon a blood host at the faction leader, and that doesn't seem that great, honestly. I think Creative Assembly needs to reevaluate what players consider to be good, because I've heard, like, even other people, like Lord Master Sotek, when he was talking about this, he also said that this doesn't seem like that great to get when you get to that high tier. I think these are much better right here, especially this one right here. That's so much better than this, in my opinion. But maybe on Legendary, that blood hosts are extremely important. I don't know. I don't play on Legendary, so maybe it is, I just don't know. Okay, so we have to wait until we get more essence, and then we can unlock the Cloak of Skulls and look at that. Okay. In the meantime, so we have that guy. Let's go ahead and put him in Skulltaker's army. We start off here at Hualodl. Thank you. Alright. Oh, it looks like... Okay, so it looks like they've added a couple more. Actually, one, because that's how you get the Slaughter Brute. Okay. Huh. Okay. Okay, so it looks like some of these other ones haven't changed, really. At least I don't think so. Go ahead and grab that. And then, of course, we have the bloodletting gauge here. Of course we do. So we start off against Tzeentch. The Apostles of Change. Oh, man, this map. Lots of hills and such. This is a bit of a frustrating map here to play on.
Sacred Executioner! Together as one blood cult!
Well, this is going to be a very interesting fight, considering we're going up against these Tzeentch units. This is going to be very interesting to do here.
Skulls! Skulls and blood! Blood and...
Yeah, they definitely have the advantage here.
skulls!
Yeah. You have to just kind of speed this up a bit here. Gosh, the horrors are going to be the annoying part. Playing against a Tzeentch army is always extremely annoying because the horrors are just really annoying to go against because they just hit so hard. Oh my goodness. Alright. So it looks like none of my units have any kind of disadvantage here. Alright, I obviously don't want my Blood Shrine to go up against those Chaos Warriors. Alright, let's just see how this goes. Like, he's got the early advantage here with the horrors just, like, hitting me from range. Because those things, yeah, right there. That's why I hate going against horrors. Because they just, if they're in a good position, they can melt you. Absolutely melt you. Alright, Skulltaker, get in there!
The Slayer Sword awaits your neck. If Khorne commands.
Alright, we took some damage, but, you know. Like I said, the early advantage they had was the pink horrors and blue horrors being able to hit us, but once we got into melee range, then we had the advantage. Like, there's no way that a Khorne army is going to be outdone by a Tzeentch army when it comes to melee. And I love the barrier mechanic for Tzeentch armies, but they do go away very fast. And once those shields are down, the barriers go away. It's like, okay, you're basically going to be going down at that point. Now, there are ways to, of course, make that better, and you can really set some really fun stuff up. I experienced this when I was going through my Changeling campaign, which was one of the most fun campaigns I've ever played in this game. Especially in Immortal Empires. Realms of Chaos was fine. Immortal Empires, though, because you got to do it more of it. Seriously, a Changeling campaign in the Immortal Empires is one of the most fun campaigns I've ever done in this game. Now, I did have some mods to help me out. But still, for me, it was still very fun. By the way, there are also some... if you want to do a full-on Tzeentch campaign, there are also some really, really great mods out there for Tzeentch only. Like the tower that floats around and shoots things. Oh my gosh, that thing is amazing. I always love seeing these units made by mods that just look and feel great, you know? Also, I can already tell, like, going full-on Bloodletters with Skulltaker is going to be really nice. He's clearly going to make Bloodletters even better.
And grow strong.
Alright. Oh, I love it. We already get the Hellforged host available to recruit. That's great. That is awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and let's chill here for a moment. Let's do that so we can also, I wonder if that actually hurt me more than it helped. Usually when I've done that with Scarbrand, it helps, but not necessarily in this case, it looks like. So you can only do one at a time. Okay, Because now everything else is on cooldown for 3 minutes. Or not 3 minutes, 3 turns. My bad.
First among champions. Yes, yes, I care deeply. I do.
We can actually reach the settlement. Let's go ahead and do that then.
A challenge!
Okay, so now we also can get... cannot colonize. Turns remaining. So we also get not just some skulls, but also some loot as well. So we actually do spend 1,500. Okay. Interesting.
Khorne desires their skull!
Oh, we didn't get any essence from that. Oh, that's disappointing. Wait, was I actually supposed to... I was... Wow. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reload that quick save. We're going to go ahead and automatically resolve that. And then we'll actually try to go ahead and occupy it, because I thought... I have played, like I said, I've played Khorne and Skarbrand many times, and usually you're never supposed to colonize. The only time I usually ever colonize something is if it's like a capital, you know? Because if I'm going to spend 2,500 skulls to settle, take a settlement and colonize it, I'm going to save that for like a capital building, you know? Because then you just let Spread Rage just colonize other stuff for you. So, my bad. Hopefully someday I can be able to upgrade my graphics card so that way I won't have this issue anymore.
Trophy! Take the carnivores first! Skulltaker! My Slayer Sword's victims shall find new purpose!
Oh, now all of a sudden I can't. Oh, it's because I did this, that's why.
Till we've winnowed all the living. Strike! To maim! Awesome! Bearer of Rage!
Okay. Now we can actually look at the Cloak of Skulls. The Cloak of Skulls is comprised of 10 unique skulls. Each skull can be empowered to provide different effects and bonuses. Selecting a skull within the Cloak of Skulls panel displays its effects, while empowering it is only possible after previously empowering another which connects to it. Each skull may be empowered through 3 levels of effects, but at increasing champion's essence cost. With a valid skull selected, empowering it will deduct the specified champion's essence and grant its benefits. A list of all the effects provided by the Cloak of Skulls is shown here. So, this first one here, currently empowered to level 1, you can spend champion's essence to further empower it. Kakale, greatest tomb warrior. We get some lore on that. Army ability, Blood God's Shackles, which is that ability I had. We then can empower it to, or empower the passive ability Cloak of Skulls. Immune to flanking. That's where we can then also upgrade it from -24 to -40, and upgrade Cloak of Skulls as well with increased stats from 25 and 20 to 50 and 40. enabled with if more than 20 kills. Oh my gosh. Or we can grab something else. We can grab Dubois the Prescient, Bertodian. Skulltaker gains 25% of the experience of the defeated lord. Skulltaker gains 50% of the defeated lord. Let's get 5% of the defeated lord. Wow. Or Iron Neck the Wanderer. Replenishes 10% can be removed after defeating a lord. Oh my gosh. 20%, 30%. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're going to be able to move around a lot. Woo boy. So we can either empower this, we can be able to grab this, more XP, or more movement range. Let's go with the XP for now.
Champion's essence.
So it looks like that's the main thing. So then let's look at some other ones here. Mihar the Indomitable enables the ability to travel to enemy lords. Oh my gosh. For each bonus infantry versus infantry for each empowerment. Melee attack, weapon strength, melee defense, armor, physical resistance. 25% chance for destroyed demons of Khorne units to be restored after battle. 50% hit points for destroyed units restored after battle. His army is fully replenished after defeating a lord. Oh my gosh. Every time he defeats a lord, his army is fully replenished. That is insane. That's so insanely strong. Wow. Skull piles, or skulls after defeating a lord. And any skull piles across the world are moved to Skulltaker's location after defeating a lord. Oh, that's hilarious. Khorne corruption after defeating a lord. Any ruins are revealed in the shroud after defeating a lord. And any ruins in the local province are immediately colonized. All blood hosts are replenished after defeating a lord. And summoned after defeating a lord. So you just get a free blood host summoned after defeating a lord. Wow. Some of these are amazing. Wow. Oh yeah. Skulltaker is going to be a fun campaign, I can already tell. That is going to be very fun. So it looks like that is basically Skulltaker's campaign here. Let's also take a look at some of the other stuff. He's got... Oh, that's because he's got Potion of Toughness over here. Demonic Instability. The Hellblade, which looks really cool. So he can get a Blood Throne. And then, of course, he can get his loyal mount over here. Koltiran. There's another replenishes campaign move range after winning a battle. After winning a battle, the local province is marked by Khorne for the next +1 turns, increasing corruption, slowing enemy armies. Oh my gosh. Skullmaster enables inevitable end. Contact effect prevents incoming healing. Oh my gosh. And attribute Executioner will execute units in combat below 20%. Oh my gosh. Some of these are so good. Oh man. I think Skulltaker is going to be just as fun as Scarbrand.
Yes.
He looks like he is going to be so fun to play.
Deeply, I do.
Alright, so it looks like that's Skulltaker's unique stuff. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the other Legendary Lord for Khorne, the free one that they added, as well as we'll probably glance at some of the other lords in these factions for this DLC to see how they have changed or been affected by these things, if at all. Stay tuned.